It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, model citizens. Welcome to Humanity Junction. My name is Heath, and tonight is Technology as a tool, not as an obstacle. I thought I'd do a little bit of this intro, at least as my what is it? My radio show impersonation. But yeah, for those of you that noticed, I was late tonight. The show started about 50 seconds late. I got a little distracted and then realized I didn't start the show. So I apologize for that, but I hope everyone is having a fantastic evening. I don't have anything specific planned for tonight, but I do have a couple different things on the table that could potentially take 4.5 hours or so to work on. Outside of that, I figure maybe we'll get some questions and see if we can answer them. I know Thomas Splitrock was asking me some questions earlier today. Maybe we'll answer some of those as well. Let's say hello to the participants for this evening that have dropped in already. We have Mr. Andy Estep. We have Artie Zero, Awesome America Model Railroading. We have Cameron from Caboose 121. We've got Rebel, Cascade Southern Model Trains. Gary Creepy 013 is in the house. JD Grandpa Rails is here as well. John Train BFGR is joining us as well as Lynn McCurdy and the entire HDMMRC. Martin Searsman is in the house. Noro Norman Rowe is here. Pirates of the Model Trains joining us as well. Pirates, it just popped into my head when I saw your name. You were talking about doing some stuff with your son, I believe, if I wasn't mistaken, that you were going to start putting together a layout with your son, and I'm curious how that was going. Ron Moen joining us. He placed an order with Iron Planet Hobbies on Monday and got it on Wednesday. If that isn't some fast shipping, I don't know what is. We've got Roy Eltham in the house. Sparky 107 is joining us. And I was watching some of the conversations go through as this was starting, and I kept saying, what is T4? What are people talking about? Apparently, T4 is the nickname now for Tiny Town Trains TV. We also have Steven from Wigwag Workshop. Thank you, everyone, for being here. If I missed your name, I apologize, but I appreciate people here as well. Lynn McCurdy is already encouraging me to do the rant. You guys will notice behind me that things are, for the most part, back to normal, if you can call them normal. Basically, there's still a hole in the wall. If you saw the picture, the thumbnail for this video, that is still what the hole in the wall looks like, although I took all the plastic down because they don't have any idea why the heat isn't working. So they wanted to leave the wall open, but I wanted to get things back together. So things are uncovered a little bit. Top shelf stuff is there and unharmed. The lower shelf is there, but I took all the trains off of it. So if someone has something they really want to see back there running, maybe we'll take a little bit of time while everyone's here and actually put some trains back there. If anybody has any thoughts what I should put back there, but I didn't get a chance to drop anything back there yet. But I do have this stuff on my desk. For those of you wondering what's in this box, it is actually more of these. I got a bunch more. So if you want a 4.5 hour show and you don't have any questions, maybe I'll put this together again. Yeah, we're completely confused why there's no heat. There's heat in the apartments above where we're at, but there's no heat on my floor and on the first floor. So we just can't figure it out. We talked to the person that had this space, or I should say I talked to the person that had this space before I moved in here, and they said the radiator was working just fine. So no, I'm not worried about carbon monoxide getting in. There's still a brick outer wall. They've just basically removed part of the wall that's in front of the radiator. Do I still have this picture? Let's. The hole is much bigger now. But so it's this hole, and then it's also been sort of torn out to the left of it now as well. So it's just to access the valves in the radiator. It's actually not, so I'm not too worried. But yeah, I mean, as Artie says, this has been beyond frustrating to me, this whole sort of studio stuff. And yeah, I'm trying. You should see the amount of cables and stuff that are all over the place in here that I haven't cleaned up yet because things keep moving around. Is just too many cables, and I'm usually very, very neat with my cables. And yeah. No, yeah, the heating ventilation returns, I won't have issues with carbon monoxide. But yeah, Andy, it's a mystery. I asked him too. I'm like, can they pull the valve out and just snake it and see, like, is there a problem? And I don't know. Nobody knows. So Cascade Southern Model Train says, I dug up some of my old eBay purchases and found 3 of those same cameras. I didn't even realize they were the same. I bought them for my Raspberry Pi projects. Yeah, these are, I'm hoping now that I spent 4.5 hours with this with the first one, getting the first one ready, that I'll be able to, do the rest of them in less than that. And I kind of wanted to see if I could set the IP addresses, differently on a couple of them, and see if I can get more than one of these cameras up on the screen at the same time. Oh, that's funny. You can send the trains through the hole. You're talking about the hole in the heater. I don't know if I'm gonna have any of the cameras moving. I don't think the frames per second is high enough, but I am thinking that I'll probably put them up on the top shelf, maybe one over on the right side, one over on the left side, so that we can get some other views of the larger scale trains, maybe get a little bit of a closer view with those. But Cascade, yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't take you 4.5 hours as well. I think, and maybe Roy Eltham will correct me, but I think the issue was SPIFs, SPIFFS, and that was what was kind of messing me up all along. I had never heard of SPIFs, no idea what it was, but it did seem like that was what was needed to be cleared out. So yeah, we got Dave Pease coming in. Rayron VR is joining us as well. Conrail 8098 is here. Bunch of people here. Oh, so here's one of the other potential projects for the night. If people don't have something else, is I got these little tiny. Roy, I'm so glad to hear that you agree that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I wasn't having a spiffs issue, yeah, not reggae style spiffs, but those are, I think, spliffs. Anyway, yeah, if we weren't having the spiffs issue, I think I would have gotten through them a little faster. So the lesson learned is try and upload the sketch. If you seem to be having problems, there is a spiffs test you can run, and the test will reformat the board if there's an error. So run that, let it go. Andy knows it's spliffs. I should have known Andy would know that. I'm just kidding, Andy. But so here's my other potential project. These are USB smart adapters. So one of the things that I have a lot of, and that I will have more of, are devices that are USB powered that I don't want to leave on all the time. Like, for example, these cameras, right? Like, I don't necessarily just want these cameras on and running all the time. I also have, like, the GoPros are USB powered. I think the face cam might be USB powered as well. Some of the train stuff is USB powered, and I didn't really have. Well, I could have just put them on like smart plugs, right, and just plugged adapters in or whatever. But I thought, what if they made little USB smart switches? So I have no idea if these are gonna work. Got these off eBay. They came in from China. It claims that you plug them in and that Amazon will somehow just randomly see stuff. I'm laughing at Norman Rowe's comment. Yeah, there's not that much in the box. There's 5 identical cameras. So if I get the sketch right for one, the only thing I need to do is change the IP address for the other ones. This is basically the same cable I was using before, except in gray. These are kind of fun though too. These are breadboard cables, and I got 3 different kinds: male to male, female to female, and I've got male to female. And the way I eventually want to, Andy saying plug it in. That's, yeah. I don't know if we want to let the blue smoke out yet, and I'm kind of hoping Split Rock comes and asks some questions, and we can maybe do some questions before I get into the 4 hours of trying to set this stuff up. Sparky says nobody can do a 4.5 hour live stream. Wait, if he does an unboxing again and the first 10 minutes of music doesn't count. Yeah, I did 4 hours and 16 if you took the first 10 minutes out. So I still got a longer live stream than you did. So you and John got to up your game a little bit, but maybe you'll do it for your Christmas show. We'll see. We'll see if your Christmas show can hack it. I can open the same box. I did rip one of these. I'm not sure which one now. I did rip one of these packages open, but I did but I do still have to open the other 4, so the other 4 could take a while to do. I do kind of want to see if I can get this thing going. I've got this little USB plug thing back here that I could plug it into and see. They say that it just shows up, but I don't. We'll have to look. It's Sonoff is the brand. Let's see if it'll focus. Maybe. Sonoff. They have a bunch of these smart type things, so I don't. They seemed relatively legit. Caboose 121. In essence, they will be collab. I mean, I have to say, her name and do something, but in essence, they are. Yeah, I don't know. They do say WeLink, eWeLink, EWE Link. Looks like it might be the app that I need to download for them to show up. I've got so many different apps for so many different things, but who knows? What shows up? Missed that part, Santa. Sparky is doing a Christmas show on December 25th. And Santa Claus showed up last year, so maybe he'll show up again. We'll see. So one of those will take up the same area as 3 USB plugs. They're so big to cover all the ports but one. Yeah, so what I have a lot of, they're all away right now. What I have a lot of are USB extensions, and almost everything here has an extension to get from the plug to wherever it's going. So my plan is not to put these, actually, where they plug in, but to put them between the extension and the device. So they won't be like right next to each other all on a thing. They'll be hanging out. You said smart devices. You have to be smarter than they are to figure it out, human. Well, the last stream took me 4.5 hours, so we'll see. Oh, so here's what I was about to say, right? So this is a 40 wire cable. I'll pull them off in sections of 2s, and basically I'll take the 5-volt pins and I'll put I'm gonna have to put my glasses on to do this, I think, but that'll go on the one side. And then I've got these guys here, and I'll take one of these guys, and you won't be able to see it, but it is actually marked right here. I don't know why. I don't know what the 5th one is for, but it's positive, data positive. No, I can't read it without my glasses, but I think it's positive, data minus, data plus, and then negative. So I can just take this side, which has the male pins on it. I'll put them in here and screw them in, and then I'll be able to power this camera just off of 5-volt USB. They say they want 5-volt 2 amps though, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But if anybody, all I will say, so I don't get booted for self-promotion, I mean, ha ha ha. Oh, you're talking about this one. I do have a video that I posted yesterday about my Christmas Day live stream. Sparky, I do have one question about your live stream that I've kind of wanted to ask, and I'm going to ask it in hopefully a PC correct way, but are you the only one hosting your Christmas stream this year, or do you have a co-host again like last time? Yeah, I have to look it up actually. Why don't we can take a little bit of a detour here, and let's see if I can find USB 2.0 pinouts. Oh, that's the wrong camera. Wanted to go here. Let's see, USB micro. It just says 54321. But it doesn't say what they are. Up here, it shows what they are, but it doesn't have a 5th pin. Oh wait, here we go. What's this one? No, this is that's USB 3.0. That's not 2.0. It's got the extra wires. At least I think that's 3.0. Let's see. Is anybody in the chat telling me what it is? Hey, Leamington Station, welcome back. Is it Graham? Am I remembering that correctly? I hope it's Graham. I apologize if I forget. Search USB A pinout. What did I search? Oh, USB 2.0 pinout. Okay. Leamington says, I know it's been a while, but what's your thoughts on Intel's 12th gen stuff and Windows 11? Do you think it'll be worth switching? I will answer that question with a visual. So the visual is, I don't know yet, but I will hopefully know soon. I've been talking to Roy Eltham about this upgrade a lot, and what we keep talking about is how I can't. Oh, come on, chair, roll forward. I'm sitting in a chair, which I usually don't do, and of course it won't get into the. Won't go to the spot I want. But I've been talking to Roy Eltham, and my problem is my some of the stuff was supposed to come, and it's late, and some of it's not even available, and who knows when it'll be available. So I don't know when I'll be able to tell you, but I have an 8700 now, and I'm gonna upgrade to a 12th gen 2600. I'm doing it to hopefully improve my streaming. We'll see. I don't know if it'll work. I'm going back and looking at USB A pinouts in a second. The pic right below your image had what you needed. Okay, so I didn't move anything yet. The pic right below what you had. Direct me a little bit more. Windows says my Core i7 chip is not supported by Windows 11. Really? Yeah. We got the 12600, not the 12900, because I didn't want to have to buy a new cooler. Hopefully this thing won't heat the room too much more than what I already have, but we'll see. Cascade, I'm wondering if is it the security issue, or is it really that your i7, I mean, I guess it depends what generation i7 is it. Middle row, second picture from the left. So middle row, second. So you're saying this one? Second picture from the left, middle row. But that only has the 4 wires, not the 5. Oh, so here these have 5, but they don't say what they are. Am I showing the screen? Yeah, I'm showing the screen. Ground, CTS, VCC, TXD, RT, RTS. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yes, it does. TMP 2.0. Some i7s of what generation though? Because like my 8700K is fine, or at least I should say I could update. I didn't update it. So the 5th is the outer shield. That makes sense. If I was using a shielded USB cable, that would make sense. That's what that is. There is some little image on it. I just can't. That's a USB to serial cable. Oh. So, well, USB is universal serial bus. So it is serial. But are you saying that this won't is this not going to work to power this? If I use the plus and the minus of this, are you thinking that it won't work like I think it is? The image I was looking at, this one. So you're saying that the shield is the outside here? USB is VCC, D plus, D minus, and ground. Yeah, you're confused because of the delay. Yeah, I'm confused. As usual. Let's Split Rock, post up some of your questions and let's maybe look at a couple of those before. I don't think this is USB to RS-232. Let me data charging audio video cable. You know what I can do? I can go to Amazon, and why don't I bring it up and we could see maybe I brought the wrong thing. Roy, is this you calling me? I didn't save your number last time, so I don't know if that's you calling me or not. Let me go to Amazon and see what I bought. I was gonna buy, I can show you display share. I was gonna buy these things and just solder them in, because I only need the plus and the minus, so I was just gonna solder it in. But then I found these, and I thought that this would be. Why do you keep calling me? Do you want me to answer the phone? Yes, Roy.
Cable. That cable in that picture was a USB. The output on it was 232 connection. But the thing you bought is just pass through.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, I thought what I got was just a screw block terminal thing. USB 2.0A screw block terminal block connector, mailed 5-way, blah blah blah, 300 volt, 8 amp, or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I bought these just for the prototyping part, and then once I actually figure out that this works, I'll just get some of those other cheap little guys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The like somebody said earlier, the 5th one is just the shield. The 4 internal signal wires is ground, and VCC, and then D plus and D minus for the differential USB serial signal.
Andy Step saying I should have saved your number so I knew it was you calling. It's just probably true. I probably should have done that. But yeah, it's people are saying it's Comcast calling. Colin's asking about your car warranty, but yeah. Hey, Split. I'm gonna dump you, Roy, but thank you so much. Yeah, it's the darn delay. It makes things hard sometimes, but
Yeah,
awesome.
That's why I just called group.
Yeah, exactly. Norman says put you on speed dial so when I need help I can call you. Later, thanks. So Split Rock, do you wanna ask some of your questions, or should I try and get one of these Sonoff things working first? Because I'll tell you that this Sonoff thing could be a couple hours in itself. I love those calls. I try and get them to give me a warranty on my 400,000 mile 04 Avalanche. So what's funny is I get calls all the time about issues with my car warranty, or just all kinds of car stuff. And I don't own a car, so I don't know why they keep calling me, but they do. They keep calling. So, all right. So who wants to see what? Lynn, you could probably find it. Anybody could find my number. It's actually online if you look. I probably shouldn't have said that, but what do people want to see? Do you want me to do this USB thing? Do you want me to do more cameras, or Thomas, do you want me to answer some of your questions that you asked me earlier? That is probably going to be sitting on a shelf for a long time. I can't remember my questions. Let me look at Discord. So Thomas Splitrock had some questions earlier, and he was asking me basically, like, when I set up a stream, if you look down at the bottom, you see all the time that I keep saying I have copyright claims, but I don't. If you look at my description, you always see that there's, stuff in my description. And Thomas Splitrock was saying, like, I always forget to put stuff in my description. How do you remember? And I said, well, I just go into my settings and I enter them in once, and then they're there. So he said, oh, like, you should show people how to do that. So I'm going to show two things really quick. Just basically, I can't see. I've got a smudge. Oh, well, you had Digitrak's throttle questions, but I thought the YouTube stuff was what you wanted me to answer. Your computer is in danger. Heath, ever get the one saying your computer? Oh, yes, I have gotten calls about issues with my computer. Anyway, I was going to tell a story, but I won't tell a story. So, really quick, I'll show two things. One of them is going to annoy Container Man, because I know he gets annoyed by it. But Split Rock was asking, how do you set up the description? So really quick, I don't know how quick it's going to be, but I'll show you. Go into your YouTube studio, right? So it's studio.youtube.com/channel/ and then your like little made up squiggly number. So Split Rock got a troll the other day who used BOFA. So he knows that I blocked it now. So he put it in a different way so that he could get it through the auto mod. But Microsoft called me all the time to ask what was wrong with my Apple computers. So really quickly, two things. How do I set up the defaults so that every time I post a video, I don't forget my description? And then the second thing is, there are actually two things that I do while I'm streaming, and I just realized I don't know if I did both of them. Does it, when you guys log in, did it say that you can only post if you're a subscriber? I can't remember or not. But anyway, I'll let me show you this real quick, and then we'll get to some of the other stuff. So one thing that I do is you go down here to settings, and there's a whole bunch of stuff in the settings, general, channel, and what we're going to look at though are the upload defaults and the community. So upload defaults, this is where you can do a title as well, but I don't because my titles are pretty unique every time. But in description right here is where I have my standard description. It does get edited a little bit sometimes, especially the video chapters down here at the bottom. But if you just go to settings, upload defaults, and you can put in all of this information here. The other thing is you could have a set of default tags as well when you go to upload a video. But the other thing that I think might be more beneficial to people who want to stream and you're worried about trolls or you're worried about, is Container Man even still here? I'm like making fun of him and he's not even around to defend himself, which I know he was here earlier. But here under community, you have moderators, which kind of have a bunch of rights. Then you have what are called approved users. Approved users can post links, but they can't do other stuff. Then I've got users that are hidden. And then there's this huge list here that it's like over 1,600 words that basically are all of the words. And I just found this list. I just found this list online somewhere, like, it's a blocked words list for YouTube. And I downloaded it, and then I've been adding words to it or whatnot. But anytime there's like a troll and they type in some like phrase or something, like when Container Man comes on and tries to like type some, phrase like the best girls in the world or whatever, was a phrase that a troll posted. And so basically I would just copy and paste it in the blocked words. So then that troll, when they would try and come back as like different people or whatever, the words they were posting would be blocked. So that's how I do that. The other thing that I started doing that I don't know how to show you here is you can set up, when you set up a stream, you could set it up so that anybody can comment. So only subscribers can comment and only members can comment. And one thing that I started doing that apparently I forgot, Cameron, I do not have a depository, but if you want, just email me and I'll send you the list. So hidden users are different from blocked users. I don't know why YouTube does this, but hidden users are only hidden on YouTube. A blocked user is blocked on all of your Google services. I don't really understand why sometimes they're hidden and sometimes they're blocked. I just know that I've got a huge list of blocked ones and very few hidden ones. And I don't know why. Yeah, George Carlin's got a good list of words. Just don't block the Russian bride one. I won't. But yeah, so Container Man likes trying words that don't make it through sometimes, and I'm just giving him a hard time. But he'll sometimes text me and he'll be like, "I typed in this and I couldn't get it through." There are some words in there, there's a guy called MOH Whitewall Hardcore. And that's just his username, George, nice guy. But hardcore was in the blocked word list. And he would come on my streams and he was like, I can't make comments and nobody can see me. And I looked and I thought, oh, maybe he was hidden or maybe he was blocked. No, it's because hardcore was in the blocked word list. So I had to go through and find the word and, eliminate it. So that's, so the blocked word list can be a little difficult. Oh, so one of the things that I did, um, so the easiest way to add somebody as a moderator is this. Let me see. Sorry, real quick. I'm just trying to. Well, let's see. You should be able to see. The easiest way to add somebody as a moderator is when it's your stream, when it's your live stream, have the YouTube window up on the side and just click on the 3 dots on the side, and you could pin a message, report the person, remove the person, put the person in a timeout, hide the user on this channel, or the last one, instead of remove moderator, would say like make somebody a moderator. And this is Google Chrome, and it's actually a Chrome extension that I'm using right now. So you'll notice when I like click on Andy's message here, George Carlin grew up on 116th Street, which is not too far from Andy and I. The post pops up on the bottom, and then I just hit clear down at the bottom to do that. So okay, yeah. So you want to know, Split Rock, what what am I doing in every, what's in my description, I think is what you're asking, if I'm understanding you correctly. Cascade does not like being in timeout. Well, don't do something to get yourself in timeout. I'd say that would be a pretty good way to manage that. Let's go here. Okay, so what do we want? Upload defaults. And oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this a slightly different way. I am going to open up a Word document, and I will drop my description into it so that we can. I'll show you everything I have in my description. You could use my same exact description if you want, or you can modify it. Joey, my daughter had a lot of timeouts over the years. That's great. Jake has arrived. Hello, Nora. Welcome. Hello, Gus. Thanks for being here. Edward says, pick me. Almar and Stephanie are here as well. James Galton's coming in. Caboose 121. I have that list if you really want it. Containerman, are you collecting all the words that you type in that I won't let through? So my default list, I'm going to sit for this because, why not? Z wants to know if it's over yet. Z, I haven't even started my 4.5 hours yet. We're only 40 minutes in, so we got a little bit farther to go, but thanks for joining us. And Marty, thanks for joining us as well. What we're talking about is what I put in my description on a YouTube video. And the reason I do it is so that every video I create has all of the basic information that I want. So Edward says, what's the screen over your mic? It's called a pop filter. So when you do things like pop, 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 it supposedly blocks the, well, it's supposed to, it usually does. It blocks the air coming through. So they're called plosives. And you don't want your plosives to pop in your microphone. And one of the cheapest ways to do that is with a pop filter. I don't know. Artie, I have no idea what you're even saying. I'm afraid to click on it. So my, what I do in my description, and oh, like here, I've got to change things already. I forgot. So health challenge is over. So I should go in and get rid of this from my description, and it's easy enough as just going in and hitting delete, and then I'll save it. But yeah, so if we go back to Word, so the first thing I have on mine is join my email list. I'm trying to build an email list so that should anything happen to my YouTube channel, people will be able to find me. And I send out one email a week. Basically, it's kind of my notification for Modeling Monday, but it's also a list of all the videos that I did on the last week. So if you want to get an email from me once a week, email.humancity.org, and it's the first link that I post because it's the main action I guess I kind of want people to take is to join the community. Yeah, Edward, it's called a pop filter. Just you'll want to look up your microphone and then pop filter, and there's a bunch of different ones. It does also I meant to hit this. It does also block the sibilants, but not nearly. It really is more for the plosives than the sibilants. Sibilants is the S sound, so the S sound that you hear. They're actually de-essers. Most people, the sound is at a very specific frequency, and you basically just bring that down. Yeah, Jelly, sign up and let it go to spam for all I care. No, just kidding. I use like a mail thing called SendFox, so I get back, how many people have opened the email and then how many people click on one of the links in the email. So I know how many people don't open them, but I just think it's a good thing to do, just for the community I want to build, and just I don't know. I like it. Anyway, so right after that, I've got my list of options to support the channel, become a YouTube member, buy something from Amazon, which I meant to take off, but or move. I've been pushing this lower. Here's Patreon, PayPal, merchandise, more merchandise, Sidetrack Sunday. If you want to go over to our Facebook page, that's it. Stop opening the emails from me. Now, you don't have to stop opening them. I don't know who opens them. I just know how many people open them. Oh, and I got to get rid of, I got a lot of stuff here this is good that I'm going through this, because if you guys have not noticed, there's been a huge thing going on with Streamlabs just about how kind of awful of a company they are. So a lot of people are leaving anything Streamlabs. So I would encourage you not to use Streamlabs OBS or Melon, to use OBS or StreamYard or something else. So yeah, so that's that. So I just updated a couple things. You should update it every once in a while. Channel sponsors list, and I just realized that needs to be updated as well, but basically channel sponsors. And then I've got some Amazon affiliate links, like if people want to know like what microphone I use, or I've got some model railroading tools and trains, some streaming equipment broken up by audio and grip and video. So if you want to kind of see some of the stuff I get, you can go and look at that kind of stuff. Yeah, Slobs got hit hard today. All the people basically were trying not to bash them, and it just got to the point where they decided that the best thing to do would be to take it public. And yeah, Streamlabs got hit pretty hard. So after that, I've got a couple useful links here. DigiKeys is my DCC control system. I use Steve Todd's JMRI build for the Raspberry Pi. And then I use DaVinci Resolve and GIMP for all of my stuff. So so this is all of this. If you look in my description of this video right now, you will see this whole list will be there. And basically what I do is this right here that's in brackets. I update this every time I upload a video, but everything else is fine. Yeah, so technically Streamlabs didn't violate the open source agreement. So it's a little, they didn't legally violate the agreement, but they morally violated it. So there's a lot of videos out there. I think Epos Vox did a great video on it. Andalippy did a great video on it. Yeah, it's not just OBS though. Basically what they would do is go around and they'd find open source software. They would add it to their software and then they would sell it to people. And technically the way they were doing it, they weren't violating stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of videos out there. I don't, anyway, so channel sponsors, useful links, logo design. This is the woman that designed my logo. So music, I use mostly stream beats from Harris Heller. It's all copyright. It's not copyright free. He owns the copyright of it and he freely licenses it for people to use on their YouTube videos. So, I don't know that that's true. Is that true, Graham? Because a lot of people are saying they're not. So a lot of people are switching from Streamlabs to Stream Elements. So I don't know. No, it's all good. I mean, we're talking about streaming stuff. So, and then I have, in order to use the song that I play, kind of that humanity beat at the beginning. Does EPS? Yeah, Epos Vox, Adam goes into it. I'll have to watch it a little more closely. I was watching in the background and I didn't really see it all. Yes, Stream Elements. Yes, you can. Stream Elements has OBS Live, as well as Stream Elements has browser source alerts that you can add. So, yes, right. Streamlabs is a fork. Come on, Roy. I know you know that word. Yeah, it's sort of a copy of OBS, but it's called a fork, which somehow makes it legal. I don't understand. So here's the song. I need to give attribution to use this song. Music provided by No Copyright Sound. So this is the attribution. And then I've got these disclaimers and notes and all kinds of stuff like that. And do I need these? I don't know. Maybe it keeps me out of trouble, I guess. So the general disclaimer is, the COPA, basically. Roy says I use copy for the lay people. It's probably a better idea than saying fork, but the only thing I can watch in the background are videos that not telling me things and instead showing me things without words. Okay, anyway. Yes, it is a fork and they follow the GPL license, but they are scumbags. Correct. 100%. So I do a disclaimer, which is basically my COPA disclaimer, that it's not for anyone under 14, which hopefully makes me compliant with COPA. I do an affiliate disclaimer because I do provide affiliate links, and legally, if you post affiliate links, legally you have to have an affiliate disclaimer. Then I've got a warning. And the warning basically says, don't be an idiot and follow anything that I do, because if you do, you're an idiot. No, it's just, any action you take upon information in this video is at your own risk. So, yeah. And then I have a note that just says that this channel complies with all YouTube community guidelines. I forget why I added that. I feel like somebody a lot smarter than me mentioned to add that. But I'm add that. And then the last thing I have are video chapters for my live streams, I know that I've got the 10-minute intro, so I basically just sort of leave those as they are. For my uploads, I'll change them to match different things. So when I upload a video, this is my default. Or I should say not this anymore because I've edited it. Why is that such a hard word to say? That is a brutally difficult word to say. But yeah, so this, I just come in here and I either copy it or I either copy it or YouTube just auto fills it or whatever. But that's what I do to kind of get some semblance of consistency in my descriptions, is that it's the same format over and over again. And I haven't looked in a while, but people will hit my Amazon affiliate links and then buy stuff, and I'll get like $1 every 6 months or something from it. But it's there just to it's there. So that was that. Split Rock, did I answer all of your questions? I know you had asked me a bunch about the throttle, but we can talk about that a little bit as well. Split Rock's thinking about updating his throttles. I know throttles are a hot topic, so I wasn't really gonna talk about them, because the second I mention Digitrak's throttles, everyone says, no, switch to NCE. No, get the TCS throttle. No. Edward Katie, will you be doing different income streams for a future show? I think I need a little bit more information from you, Edward, to completely understand it. But yeah, I've modified what I do a little bit. I've used James. Soon. I don't believe you, James. The UWT50 from TCS, they've been saying it's coming out soon for forever. But yeah, I was for a little while using Buy Me a Coffee, particularly before I hit 1,000 and whatnot. Oh, so that is a great question. Let me answer that in 1 second. I used Buy Me a Coffee for a little while. I was using Patreon before I started the YouTube memberships. I've kept both of them, which is a little bit difficult to maintain the two, but it's working out okay for me as well. So I'm gonna run my little thank you. You can see I do it basically again for the consistency, but I update it about once a week to make sure that all of my supporters on YouTube and on Patreon are correctly represented. And then I update the sponsor stuff should the sponsor stuff ever change. But then I have this video to, the video that's kind of just thanks everybody for their support. So yeah, both my sponsors have actually been huge supporters of my channel, and they became sponsors actually because I became friends with the owners of the company. In essence, I communicated with Ryan a lot. We went back and forth a lot. Ryan's over at Iron Planet Hobbies. He was just really helpful, and the arrangement works for both of us, and same with Nick over at PGH Train Fanatics. But Yeah, affiliate links, Patreon member sponsors. I'm gonna change it up as needed to best support the community. I don't want to. I try and be very conscious that any money that comes in through any of those means or any products that I get through any of the sponsorships or anything, that I put it right back into the streaming. And right now it's easy because, you know, everything costs significantly more than any amount of money I'm getting in. I'm not complaining because I'd be spending the money anyway, but it definitely helps. I'm trying to upgrade the computer because there are things that I want to do that I can't do. Last Monday night, my one camera wasn't working, and it's just the computer can't keep up with stuff. So to do the stream I want to do, I want to upgrade the computer. Do I need to upgrade the computer? No. But I think it'll benefit me. It's fun for me. I like doing this. I like being a part of the community. So it works. No. If you add that to my YouTube descriptions now, it's only going forward. Every once in a while, I will go back and I will update some of my older videos. It can take a while when you have a lot of videos, but it helps keep things consistent. And people do find, like, some, my Digitrax DT602D video is still one of my most watched videos. So I'll go back and update that description every once in a while to make sure that it's accurate. So let me answer, Joey, try and remember this question if I forget to come back to it, but I want to answer Split Rock's question about how I did the emoticons and all that kind of stuff. And what I did was I found a website called, what is this one called? Getomoji.com. Let me drop that in the chat. You can't, in the description for YouTube, you can't use any HTML code. You can't really do anything fancy. But what you can do is find, like, an emoticon that you want to find by, like, searching for train, and then you can come in here and, this is showing you on an Apple device. This is what the train will look like. On a Google device, this is what the train will look like. And you can come right here, copy and paste this emoji. And right here it says copy. And when you copy it, then when you go into basically anything, like right here, I can just open up a Word document, and then I'll, you can paste it in, and there's your train. So I'm copying and pasting the emojis from this Get Emoji website, and all the emojis are open source. So you can use them however you want. So let me find Joey's question real quick, and I apologize if I miss your question. Do what Joey did, put my name or put the Q or something, and I'll try and find the questions as much as possible. So Joey said, what's your number one long-term goal for this channel community you want to build? Just curious. My number one goal, I think, and I don't necessarily have all the words for it, but I guess it's a couple different things, and maybe I'm a little scattered to some extent. But if you go to my website, this is definitely one of the things that's important to me, is this idea of model railroading in small places. When I got back into model railroading, one of the things that I heard is that the target audience for model railroaders are over 65, and people that have a lot of space, a lot of extra money, a lot of discretionary income and that kind of stuff. And it kind of bothered me a little bit because I was kind of like, hey, like I don't, oh, that's a good note. On a Mac, you can do this. There's probably a way to do it on a PC as well. I don't know what it is. But my thing when I got into this was that anybody can be a model railroader. You don't have to have a huge space. You don't have to have a huge layout. You don't even really have to have a lot of stuff. I don't know if Andy's still here, but I hope it's okay that I call him out. But Andy has a quote unquote layout on the top of a bookshelf because that's the space that he has right now. And I wouldn't not consider Andy a model railroader just because all he has is a shelf layout. So part of my goal is to build a community to be around the idea that anybody that wants to be a model railroader, yeah, I know, extra money. I don't know what that means either. But don't tell it to my wife. That, anybody can be a model railroader. The second part of it for me is that I find in general, social media, Instagram, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff is too perfect. When people show their layout videos, they generally will show it done. When people like a Luke Towan or a Kathy Millett or whatever, like show them building stuff, or even Boily Hobby, which is one of my favorite modeling channels right now. When they show stuff, it's pretty perfect. Nothing goes wrong. There's no 4.5 hour videos of of people struggling through a project, right? Roy and I even joked, he's like, now that I spent 4.5 hours doing it, I should create a 5-minute video of, how to set one of these cameras up. Part of what I like about doing the live streams is that I open the box just like anybody else that has no idea what they're doing opens the box. And I'm okay for myself struggling through it. And I want other people to be okay struggling through things as well. And trying things and screwing things up and, stuff like that. So I guess the two big things for me, boy, this is a long-winded answer to Joey's question, but the two main things for me is that anybody can be a model railroader. You don't need to, you don't need any specific things. Like you don't have to meet some standard. And then the other thing is like, just screw things up. Like just do stuff. SplitRack says, would it be worth it to link your favorite channels? Can I post a link to your channel, for example? Oh, you're talking about, so in the descriptions, I will post links to other people's channels when it's relevant to my video. YouTube does not like you posting other people's channels unless there's some reason for it. Like Wilmer's a great example. So Wilmer, when he was doing Not Bad, right, and his series he was doing, he would find channels and like call out those channels. So the video related to the people's channels that were down there. But like if you just posted just random people's channels just to try and, YouTube doesn't like it. Like if you want to list a member of your channel supporters, you can do that, right? But don't just list random channels to list random channels. List channels that are relevant to your video. So Roy Eltham is listed on my 4.5 hour live stream, as well as on, I think on my community post that I did and on the 4.5 hour live stream, I put Roy Eltham's channel in the description because he helped me get this stuff set up. So yeah, like, so Cascade Southern Model Trains bought like the shed and stuff that I was putting together. So So like, that's fine to link the video because it's related, to what you're doing. Should have seen me tonight working on my tunnel. I was struggling. It's okay. It didn't go like I wanted, but it'll be okay, I believe. We'll see. And Ozark, Midland, and Southern Railway, like that's what I love about model railroading is there are certain elements of model railroading that are very expensive, but there are a lot of elements. I think there are a lot more elements that are a lot of low cost items that come together to create a high cost. But for example, these little cameras are $10 a piece. If I blow one up learning something, it's not the worst thing in the world, but by the time I'm done, hopefully I've learned something. Same thing with like this module that I'm working on. Every time, that I do stuff, I learn from it. So, Tim, if you're late, I hope you brought the donuts. Everybody, needs to bring the donuts. Joey, that's the same, it's the same thing in my household. It's the same way we do it. We support the household first, but then the rest of the money is, kind of up to us. We make about the same amount of money. So it's, it doesn't, I don't spend as much on trains as it seems I do. I do tend to put away a lot of money for savings. I do at times. That is one thing that I am trying to do right now is scale back on how much I'm spending out of my own pocket on things. Like these kind of things to boost the channel up, are little tiny things. So it's not as bad, but I'm trying not to buy any more GG1s right now. I'm trying to not buy any G scale, Amtrak, GG1 and Streamliner cars or any of that kind of stuff. When I have trouble sleeping or staying asleep, I think about what I want to build, then wonder at 72, do I have enough time? That's the other thing I do like about model railroading. While the hobby does tend to be older because older people have more time and more discretionary income, it's a hobby you can do for a long time. So yeah, $10 cameras are cheap, and so yeah, 50 of them. Even I bought 5 of them, and that's $50, and that was after I placed the order. I was kind of like, that was dumb. I don't need 5 of them. What am I doing? But I figured I was gonna break a couple of them. Yeah, I'm hoping, Andrew, that Darren has sold that set already because I think about it all the time. And what's his channel? RBP. He's got a shirt that says the Katie on it that he wears all the time. He just showed he has, I think it's the 2015 Lionel Acela locomotive and like consist with the add-on kit. It's got pantographs that operate. It's got operating doors. He just did a video on it, and I was just like, I was so blown away by this thing. I like wanted to look it up, like, is this available? Blah, blah, blah. And well, Tim, and that's the other thing that I love about model railroading is it doesn't have to be an expensive hobby. It can be an expensive hobby. And, I'm very, very fortunate to be in the position that I'm in. And that's partly, I guess, why I want to share it. Like, I don't want to share it to be obnoxious about it. And I hope I'm not obnoxious about it. But, I do like, sharing the hobby as well. Yeah, Cascade says, I want that train. Yeah, exactly. Doctor called me elderly. I almost slapped him, then got thinking, yep, I'm old now. It wasn't when I started modeling trains. Yeah, like how nice is it to have a hobby that you can kind of, I mean, things come up, right? Like you lose your dexterity over time. So like you can't, work with things as finely as possible, but you'll meet people in the hobby that'll help out and and various things like that. So yeah. If it's not one expense, it's another. Isn't that true? Yeah, and Tim, it's great. Like to be able to be in the hobby and not have it, it's great. So James, here's a question. What if you could build those turnouts instead of waiting on Walthers? At least I know I wouldn't be able to wait. I would probably be trying to build them. And I don't know the first thing about building turnouts, and I'd probably screw a bunch of them up. But by January 28th of 2022, if you were building your turnouts, even with all the ones you screwed up, it'd probably still cost less than buying them from Walthers. And when you were done, you could build turnouts for me and for Sparky and for other people. Yeah, Fast Tracks is great. Yeah. Isn't that a great question, Lynn? Because the answer for me is I need it. Of course I need it. But yeah, it does usually put the brakes on things. James Golden says they don't have the template. Who doesn't have the templates? Fast Tracks doesn't have the templates you want? Have you checked out that other company as well instead of Fast Tracks? Thomas, do you remember the name of the company? It was like Blue something or other. They might have it as well. Yeah, exactly. And the reality is the jigs will last forever. You could probably sell them to somebody else. Yeah, James, which specifically which curve turnout are you looking for that they don't have the jig for? Because the other option is you could use the jig for part of it, and then like you could use the jig to build the frog and the points, and then if you need a different curve, you could just do it on on a piece of paper or something like that. So Split Rock right now is looking feverishly to see if Fast Tracks has 2024 radius curved fixtures. Fast. You're James, I can't remember if you're N scale or HO. For some reason I feel like you're N scale, but I just can't I can't remember. Fast Tracks makes sense over 10 turnouts. Is that the break-even point, Edward? Once you master building switches in a fixture, you can sell the fixture, for the same price. Exactly. I need a left and right 2024. But is that, I don't know them well enough. I'm sure Split Rock's also looking, track assembly fixtures and kits. Sorry, are you, James, you're HO? Code 83, yeah, HO. I don't think the jigs matter. Here, yeah, 83. So number 6, 24. So you need a 2024, and here's a, and this is where I don't know these jigs very well, but here's a 24 right, 18 right curved turnout fixture. And here's a 26 right, 24 right curved fixture. So I don't see anything in a 20. Oh, here, 24 right, 20 right curved turnout fixture. Isn't that what you need? 83 equivalent in N would be 70. Who Steve's talking about is a guy named Bruce Giroux. So Bruce Giroux builds the N scale turnouts, and Peter Lloyd Lee builds the HO scale turnouts, and they kind of have an agreement with each other not to cross scales. So Bruce is doing N, and I believe Peter's doing HO. I think that's go to printable templates. I don't know where that would be, but they've got. I thought like here they do have this 24 right, 20 right. Isn't that what he was looking for? The number 8 curve turnout is 20 by 24. Yeah, I see you say go to printable. I don't know where printable is. Is it on the left somewhere? Printable track templates. HO. Boy, curve turnouts. Number 8. What did we say? Number 8 curve turnout is 2024 here. Number 8 2420 curve turnout printable. Yeah, so you just print it. There you go. Yeah, I would love to work with Peter to design some stuff. So, yeah, the fixtures are expensive. Fixtures are expensive. Oh, is Bruce doing other scales now? I didn't know that. I thought he was just doing N scale. They do. I found the fixture, but yeah, I think this is the paper template if you wanted to just print it on paper and do it by hand. But yeah. James, are you using FlexTrack? Because if you're using FlexTrack and you're making your own turnouts, you should be able to make it happen. Oh, Bruce is doing jacks. Okay. Yeah. Joey, when I was talking about doing Sunnyside Yard, Peter is who I was thinking of trying to get that figured out. He's a cardboard box designed. So yeah, Bruce is in the community. I haven't seen him around a lot lately, but he does pop up a bunch. So yeah. Split rock. When you print out the template, use the scale to make sure you print it out to the exact size. Oh, James only needs 2. If you only need 2, like reach out to Bruce or Peter and say, hey, like how much would it cost and how long would it take to get them? My guess is, I mean, it is holiday time, so they could be backed up, but my guess is that they'll probably be fairly competitively priced, and you might be able to get them sooner. I don't know. I couldn't wait. I'm just too. I'd be trying to build turnouts. Yeah, James. I'm not saying. I'm saying don't make a change. Just get someone to build what you need. Oh, really? He's cleaning your entire DC and DCC fleet. You never run your stuff, Container Man. What do you need to clean it for? It sits in boxes. Just like my stuff sits in boxes. Yeah, no, I don't think they're cheaper, but I think they'll probably be close enough. Thomas, he said 83. But I feel like they'd be close enough in price that for me it would be worth at least asking and seeing. But yeah, that's the other reason right there that I want to build my own is specifically 4-yard ladders. Oh, when did you have a fire at the house? Was that recent? That was before I knew you, right? I don't remember that. Drew Dudes, what do you mean? What's the deal with microengineering? In what way? In what way? What's the deal with them? This is how I open the drapes, and it's getting warm in here, so I'm opening the drapes. The window sort of leaks, lets a lot of air in, so I just open the drapes and it kind of comes in. Oh, here we go. See, connecting people in the chat. Yeah, James, hit up Thomas Splitrock. If you don't have his info, let me know. Oh, yes. 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 I have heard that as well. They're trying to sell for $500,000. something like that. I don't know the answer. I mean, we all know they're kind of expensive, so maybe I don't know. I don't know the exact deal on that, what's happening, but which what am I doing? I'm trying to download Graham's picture, but I'm having a hard time. Show and finder. I don't know if I can open this because it is HEIC. We'll see. Oh, they literally advertised for sale in the print magazines. I didn't realize that. But yeah, I did hear they were doing it. Graham, is this the picture you wanted me to show you? I thought you were gonna send me a picture of the panel thing that they would do it. I could build the switches on your Monday stream. Spoilerrock, you've been doing some great streams too. You should do your own streams and promote yourself on your streams too. You could build up your audience a little bit too. But yeah, you could do it on Monday too if you want. I greatly prefer t-trak over Atlas, and a lot of the rail people using hand building is yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Yeah, it is. It's nice, but it is pricey. So, yeah. Do you know what magazine is it in? Would I be able to find it online? Let's see what it says. I look up micro engineering sale. Oh, they're not going to show. they're just going to show micro engineering stuff on sale. They're not showing the here. Let's try and move this over. Microengineering has been manufacturing college track for over 57 years, created by Bob Rands in 1964. He was soon joined by his son Ron in 1972 and his granddaughter Donna in 2010. We cannot think of a better potential owner to consider his late. Oh, this can't be. Oh, here you go. Yeah. If you have a serious interest in purchasing microengineering as assets, which includes tooling valued over $500,000, email us at the address below. Huh. I think this is a recent one, so yeah. Yeah, I've kind of the Pico track. I think if I build stuff, that's probably the track I would buy. Would be Pico. Yeah, that's what I thought. Somebody said that they're for sale for $500,000, but it sounds like what they're saying is the tooling is valued at over $500,000. I think part of the issue though is, and somebody's saying this here, is that they unfortunately don't have the volume to warrant the price for sale that they want. Now that said, like, is Walthers gonna, swoop them up? Didn't Walthers bought Shinohara, right? And that's what their stuff is now. Yeah, Tim says Atlas Flex and Pico switches, which is a great way to go. I like the Pico. What are they? Electrofrog switches. I think it's smart to have powered switches these days, especially in N scale, which is what I'm doing. Split rack, my layout is set up for Walther's turnouts, need to match the same footprint. Yeah, it's easy enough, James. You can make that happen. Was telling the train freak you'll be sorry he's using Atlas. He's using some Atlas, but he does have some Shinohara as well. I know he got I think a double slip or something that's thing. Yeah, Rayron says unifrogs are create. I think he means great, but you know, it's all good. Yeah, there you go. Heath, I blame you for all the work I'm doing tonight. Stop inspiring me to do better. Yeah. So Jake keeps posting, I don't know, what are the eyes and the ears? What am I saying that's so exciting, Jake? The thing I really like about Emmy turnouts is how nice their hand-thrown switches are with the springs. Yeah. Yeah, I don't... it will be interesting. I think... You know, model railroading, at least sales, have really been up from the... you know, due to the showstopper and stuff. So it is really interesting that, you know, MTH just sold and now Microengineering is looking to sell. So I don't know if they're trying to sell because, you know, the market right now is pretty hot and they figure, you know. Someone remind me, what's the difference between Unifrog and Electrofrog? I know the Insel frogs, there's no power to the frog, I believe. But then what's the difference between the Unifrog and the Electrofrog? I can't keep that straight. Yeah, I did a lot of that. This is, what do I have here? Is this all caught up? No, what's in the front? I can't remember what is the Z-scale right now. Oh, the Z-scale is Rokuhan. Yeah, so the Z-scale is Rokuhan, and then the N and the HO are both Kato. And then on the top shelf, I have Fast Track, Lionel Fast Track, and then this is LGB track in the back. I know Kato can be easy. Wesson cooking oil. No, it's apple juice. Yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, I don't know that I really like the built-in roadbed, but I can see how, you know, Unifrog is the Electro and Insel Frog all in one turnout. There you go. I have not seen that, but yeah, if it's hand intensive, that's going to be tough. And that's what I wondered a little bit when I started reading this. You know, Bob Rands, you know, at 1964, he's probably ready to retire. Even his son Ron at 1972, born in 1972, so he'd be 49, not really at retirement age, but maybe it's just, you know, it's just time. So, T4, known as Tiny Town Trains TV. Has it always been T4? I don't know if I knew that. Engaging stream is always Heath. Hate to miss the last 2.5 hours, but bed is calling me. Good night, everyone. Good night, sir. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing some hand-laid track turnouts for my next layout. I want to do it just to get the skill under my belt, but it still sounds scary to me. Hey, Joe, you could always just do it live. That'll clear that up real quick. And I've told this to Thomas Splitrock because he was trying to convince me to hand lay some switches, and at first I really had like no interest in it whatsoever. I don't know that I would find it fun, but I don't. But then like I kind of feel like to get what I want, you know, I'm gonna have to do some of my own hand laid stuff, and we'll see where and when. You know, that's years off for me. I don't know that I'm gonna be. Oh yeah, Joey with the kids. I get you. Yep. Well, you can look at it this way. If you've ever seen any of my unboxing videos, I get interrupted all the time. So, you know, it all depends. So here we go. A little bit of advice on hand-laid switches. To all the people afraid of building your own switches, the first one will look like it was built by a drunk monkey. Number 2 will be from a high school shop class, and they got a C+. Third one you'll put on the layout. Yeah. Yeah, this is me too, right? I had no interest either. Then I watched someone build a fast track turnout and changed my mind. I think the other reason I kind of like hand laid track is if there's ever a problem, like you built it, so you just take it apart and rebuild it. Like it's there's some ownership over it, I guess. And I don't know. A little bit of my mindset changed as well. One of the channels I really like is Donji over at the Nearly Historical Railroad, and he hand lays all of his stuff on printed out. Well, sometimes printed out, and sometimes he draws them himself and just makes them on pieces of paper. So that kind of got me interested as well. The idea that you can just draw any shape turnout and make it. You aren't constrained to a number 4, number 6, number 8, whatever. Like, it can be. Wait, if there's ever a problem, whose fault it is. Who are we talking about too? Oh, not just the kids, my wife. Yeah, I know. That's one thing that's been nice about kind of having this separate studio. Well, I also, part of why I'm streaming at this hour is because I'm more of a night person and my girlfriend's more of a morning person. So she's usually in bed by 9:30 or so. So me coming down here and streaming, I'm not interrupting our time really. So that's one of the reasons I switched my streams to a little bit later. Hi, you missed a couple things. I've been on for about an hour and a half, so let me go back and I will recount all hour and a half of it in real time for you. Does it come with a sash? What do you say? Oh, there's a merit badge to go with hand laid track? I didn't realize that. I know there's a thing about you need to use various track, but I didn't know if you had to hand lay. All my switches can be fixed with the soldering iron and file. Yeah, exactly. Claude says, yeah, Claude. So, dual gauge track, the guys that do, dual gauge track stuff, Nearly Historical does it, and Claude, does it as well. And I'm totally blanking on Claude. Oh, Cowboy, and somebody post Claude's channel for me, because I'm totally blanking right now, but it's Cowboy and something. So yeah. Nora, who's also in Ohio, so on the same time zone as I am. I like the later streaming times. Always hard to catch everyone live during the earlier hour of the evening with other commitments. And exactly, with work and stuff, doing it at this time, it's more likely I won't ever miss a stream. I do miss out on the UK people, which I'm bummed about, because there's a lot of really great guys, and I try and catch them during the day sometimes on other streams and stuff. But there you go, Cowboy and Timberlake. That's Claude's channel. Claude built this mountain that's just incredible. But yeah, he's doing dual gauge stuff as well. Thomas, didn't we answer all your UT60 questions, or do you have more? It's one of the things that need to be done for your MRR if you're going for that. I didn't realize it had to be hand laid. Oh, you literally have to build them. I didn't realize that for several engineering AP. Yeah, I don't want to get into my Timber Valley and Cowboy Railroad. Yeah, it's 4:30. Oh yeah, Graham, what the heck are you doing up so late? And Hi's probably waking up in the morning because he goes to work. early. Yeah, I liked the Friday stream that I did at lunchtime was really great because it was, basically lunchtime for me. It was, a late breakfast for the West Coast people. It was a good time for the UK people. Um, Unfortunately, work. I had to work. And I think about trying to do, I think a great time, I think, is like 8 o'clock. I just don't know what night I would do on at 8 o'clock to not like, I'm trying. I know nobody owns their times and stuff like that, but I'm trying to, not jump on other people's times and stuff like that. Um, yeah, and if I'm doing this late enough, nobody's out rail fanning. So, yeah, Cowboy. Is it Cowboy Valley and Timberline? Cowboy and Timberlake? I don't know what it is either. But Claude's got a good channel. Claude's one of the Back on Track guys. If you saw the Back on Track traveling boxcar, which I don't have right now because it is ready to be picked up by the post office to head off to the next victim. I mean, the next person. So keep an eye out. Somebody in this chat is going to be getting the Back on Track traveling boxcar. So after all this talk, I think my next project before, well, hand laid track too. It's like, how much space do you need to hand lay a turnout? So it is kind of something that you can do, it's something you can do on a desk. Like it's not, it doesn't need a lot of space. So what are you saying helps with watch time? Streaming at 8 o'clock or streaming late at night? Oh, 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's too early for high. I know. And that's what was so great about doing the Monday and Friday thing, is that I could I could, do streams for a lot of various people because the doing it at two very different times in the day. Yep, put down a flex track, trace the top of the rails, and bend one to flex track and trace that route. Yep. Yeah, that's what Nearly Historic does all the time. He just makes them for what he needs, which I think's incredible. That makes it easy to guess who's getting the boxcar since not many are N scale. If you want to guess, Cameron, you can guess. We'll see if anybody guesses it right. And we'll know it's supposed to get there in 2 days. And I have a feeling this person will probably post pretty quickly after that. So maybe by Monday we'll know who it went to. Are there more, now I'm kind of curious, people in the chat, what scale do you model? Do you model, so N, HO, O, and G. If you're narrow gauge, just pick the closest one. But let's see who's here now tonight, and we'll figure it out. I will not be getting the Back on Track boxcar because it's N scale. There is an HO scale 1. I don't know the status of it right now, but you can definitely like go to my video and I linked the Back on Track video, and you can find the sign up there and blah blah blah. I don't know why you switched, Joey. That's the other thing about N scale is I like how much I can get in the space I have. What do you model, or what scales do you have? Let's go with what do you model, because if I went with what scales do I have, I would have to check all of those off. Because, and I think I'm going to have to guess that a lot of people here probably have more scales. I think we need a new traveling boxcar. Well, Thomas, are you volunteering to start it? Maybe you should start the next traveling boxcar. I signed up but did not receive an email yet. Um, yeah, hi. I actually saw your name on the list, but I was told to ship it to somebody here in the U.S. first. I think there's a couple more people in the U.S., and then I'm hoping that it won't get lost in the shuffle again, and it'll get shipped out to you. Yeah, my eyes are terrible. I mean, I've got the glasses here, and then I've got optivisors, and still half the time I can't see, or I'm doing them by feel or whatever. But um, being in New York City, I feel like N scale is kind of the right thing for me right now. Although, man, O scale, O gauge. Now that I'm getting more familiar with some of the prototypical stuff, man, yeah, I mean that's like Cascade says, like around the Christmas tree, like this, this stuff up above me, like it's just fun. There's something fun about it. Yeah, Edward. Unfortunately, the poll only lets you do four options, so I limited it a little bit. I don't see David Z to G in here right now, so I don't know if there's anybody in here that does Z scale. I would actually be curious who it would be. What scale car do you want for the Split Rock Mining Company? I would probably want an N scale one, and what I would probably do with it is, and I think I've said this idea on here a couple times before, but I've got the same trains in two scales, right? So I got I've got the N scale and the Z scale, and I know these are different, but they're the same series, and all the box cars are the same. So just pretend they're the same. I want to have the N scale go into a mountain, and have the Z scale come out the back. So if I had a Split Rock Mining Company car, it would be in the mountain where the N scale car went into as well. Oh, that's now Thomas. Now you're cooking with gas, man. That's a fine idea there. That's pretty awesome. Although I feel like you might have to do HO scale, because I don't know that I could paint myself in N scale. I think it's because I grew up on the Northeast Quarter, but I am a passenger guy. I definitely am. I have a G scale training track for the holidays. Always works. Yeah, the LGB stuff looks pretty toy-like. That's up there as well. Even that Lionel stuff looks kind of toy-like because it is O gauge. It's not O scale. It's O27 stuff. But for me, I'm okay with. Hey Kyle, what's going on? Yeah, I'm okay with. I know it's a real thing for some O scalers and some G scalers in particular. The idea of a train being a toy, but for me, I definitely. Thanks for coming, Dan. Check you next time. But I definitely think I like part of the toy aspect of things. So, Split Rock. No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that I would have Split Rock Mining Company on the N scale side of the mountain. So when the circus train was going into the mountain, it would pass by Split Rock Mining Company, and then when it comes out the back, it would just come out the back. And then when it comes back around again on the N scale side, so I'll start the passenger car on January 1st. Someone help me with a good logo. What would so for the YouTube model railroading community, what would a good logo or something be that we can use? I mean, I'm thinking, I know usually they're like 4 letters or whatever, but it's like, could we use like YTMRR, and how about Whole Rock Quarry Company? Yeah, Drew Dudes, man. I'm a sucker too, man. All those let's see if you can see a little better here. All those Athearn Blue Box up there, that's all passenger stuff, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I have a New York Central passenger train with an E7 loco. Yeah. Yeah, I like kitty bookers. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, is that the name of the name of the railroad? I have nothing against toy-like trains. I've just always been into the more realistic ones, probably because I was introduced to HO at H2. And that's I think that's what I love about having the different scales is I like being able to model more realistic or prototypical in some scales, but then in other scales just kind of let it be what it is and not not get too much into it. Oh, that's awesome, Hi, that your son's gonna do it. Yeah, it's if you can find a good designer to do your logo, it's hard. It's really hard. Yeah, Tim, I could see you being a freight guy just because of where you live. Like that's probably what you've seen. I don't know that I don't know that I'd make it too obvious YouTube logo-ish. I don't want to and I'm trying to figure out is SRMC would be SR something motorcycle club? Split Rock Motorcycle Club? 11-foot rail. I've got PRR 4Ks with a bunch of coaches and a Long Island Railroad loco with a bunch of passenger coaches for that as well. They look sharp. Is that HO scale, Joey, or is that some of your old N scale stuff? But yeah, I'm thinking, oh yeah, YTMR would be good. And then, although the logo, I think the colors could be red and white, but I don't know that I would make it too literal of the YouTube logo. I have full Western Pacific, WP California Zephyr, full SP Coast Daylight, partial Southern Pacific Shasta Daylight, bunches of Southern Pacific heavyweights, Amtrak Surfliner, Amtrak California. Yeah, I have the Broadway Limited, the Kato Broadway Limited set, but I really want the New York Central 20th Century set. Ooh, I do want that. He'd have a mix between Lionel, MTH, and one Atlas and Marks, aka Imam. IMAM? I don't know their stuff. Oh, Joey, that's all your HO stuff. I didn't realize you were such a passenger guy. I thought a lot of the stuff I saw were, at least I remember the last locomotive you did, I thought was more of a freight diesel. Oh, yeah, we could. Oh, and I keep forgetting. Oh, the learning curve. That's what you guys want to call my my module. I think that's pretty funny. I'm trying to get a series of long distance passenger trains that departed south from New York from 1968 to about 1990. Just need 3 engines to complete all eras. So 1968 to 1990. So you're doing Penn Central, Pennsylvania Railroad, Penn Central. Oh, that's funny. Split Rock Mining Company, SPMC. I don't know why I got stuck on the motorcycle club thing and I couldn't get it out of my head. I was like, motorcycle club, what is he talking about there? Pennsy and Amtrak. Well, but if you're going from what would you say 68 to 90, you're not gonna. I mean, you would have to do Penn Central in the middle there, right? I have 2 HO Amtrak trains. Oh, one P42 plus Amfleet coaches, and a really old FP40 plus coaches from my youth. Oh, nice. I have Cascade. Of course you do. The full New York City 20th Century Limited. Oh, I really want that. TGV Orange Full Set, TGV Fillets, TGV Lyra, German. Oh, you have an ICE4, Amtrak Empire Builder, and a few others. I actually saw I think it was the Empire Builder. Which one? Which one's the one that goes from New York City up to Buffalo? That's the one I have on my my channel. Actually, I caught was it 7-Eleven, maybe Amtrak 7-Eleven. Heath, I do O gauge. Yeah, I figured with the Lionel. I guess it could have been HO, but yeah, I figured. Are you a biker, Al? I don't know if I knew that or not, but I was stuck there. Oh, there you go. Red rectangle with the Amtrak pointless arrow. Oh, Hello Kitty. Shinkins. Is that how you spell it? Totally blanking. Penn Central started in 1968, if I remember correctly. Yeah, wasn't Pennsylvania Railroad was on its way out, I thought. Am I wrong? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I do actually, in I forgot, in HO, I do have some Broadway Limited. I've got some Congressional in HO. I've got Black Diamond, Lehigh Valley Black Diamond. Yeah. Yeah. Sinkason. Yeah. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it. Yeah, so what happened was I got a GG1 with 3 Pennsylvania passenger cars. One of those being the observation car. And then I've got 4 of the New York Central cars that are virtually the same as the Pennsylvania car. So I took off the Pennsylvania observation car and I just added the New York Central car. So the first 2 cars, one's a Pennsylvania combo and then a New York Central combo. And then it's a Pennsylvania coach, and then it's a New York Central dome car, New York Central coach, and then a observation car. So, yeah. My railroad book collection. Let me see. It'll take me a second. Let me turn my phone on, and I can show you because it's in a corner that you can't see from here. So let me NDI. Let's see who else. PR and New York Central merged. Yeah, maybe I'm just completely forgetting wrong, but when PR and New York Central merged, isn't that how we got Penn Central? And N Scale Cole just says you're right. So I don't have a lot of books. I feel like when I get up off my chair, it's like a I don't have a lot of books, but the books that I do have are all up here. The Treasury of Railroad Folklore, Build Your Own Railroad. I've got some of the Images of Rail books. I've got some circus books. I've got some Walther's catalogs. I've got there's some GG1 books. Are they? They're GG1 books. So I don't have a lot of books yet. I didn't have a shelf for them for a little while, but NKP fan, New York, Chicago, and St. Louis. Yeah, well, you're a little further west, so I'll give it to you. But yeah, Robert, I really like those Images of Rail books. One of them I got is Sunnyside Yard. One of them is, I think, Northeast Quarter or whatever. And just some of the pictures and stuff are really great. From Wikipedia, from 1968 to 1976, Penn Central was a combination of 3 railroads: the Pennsylvania Railroad, New York Central Railroad, and the New York, New Haven, and Hartford Railroad. So Osmerica needs a Penn Central as well. You can't just have Pennsylvania and go right into Amtrak or whatever. Do you have the book Penn Central in color? I do not. Not a huge fan of the Penn Central in black, but I mean, I have a black Penn Central GG1 in HO scale, but I don't have an N scale Penn Central. Do I? No, I don't have an N scale Penn Central GG1, but yeah. I'd have to throw in the Eureka and Palisade and F7's Denver Rio Grande. Yeah, some of the Denver Rio Grande stuff is really interesting. A lot of people modeling that sort of Colorado area and stuff like that. Did I sneeze? Did somebody sneeze? I don't remember. I may have sneezed for all I know. But oh, that's a good. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at this poll. Yeah, so HO is 72%. N scale is 17%. Out of 20, oh, there you go, 29 votes, and we've got 30 people, so only one person didn't vote. That's pretty good. Let's end this poll, and I'm curious. Let's do another poll. Let's do a passenger or freight poll. If I can get here we go. Passenger or freight. And I'll add a both just because I have a feeling that and I put passenger first because I am a passenger person. Add option both. Could there be a neither? Is there anything? I guess if you're like a maintenance away guy or something, so I put neither in there. Joey will be modeling Chicago area interchanges. Is that the area you're in? Is the Chicago area, Joey? Or were you in that area? Is that like, oh, I just realized it says 30 probably because I'm one of them. So the one person that probably didn't vote in the poll was probably me. Oh, that's so awesome. I saw a video recently with Walt Disney himself talking about his railroad. There is if you like Walt Disney World and Walt Disney World railroads, there's a guy named I think his name's Dave or David from Thunder Mesa Mountain or something is his thing. So he used to be an Imagineer, and he worked, or he wanted to work on the railroad. I don't know that he ever did, but he does a podcast and he talks to other Imagineers that worked on the various railroads. But Walt was a big fan of railroads, and he actually had his own model railroad out in California. And there's oh, there you go. PRR pulled the Orange Blossom Special. Then with my Crescent, I need both PRR and PC GG1s. Yep, there you go. So let's see where we're at here. 24 votes. 58% said both. 33% were freight and 8% were passenger. That's kind of what I expected, I guess, a little bit. I should have. Nobody guessed neither, which is, I guess that makes a lot of sense. But freight, but your new passenger trains are built nearby. Yeah. I get that. So what did you want to do? Which do you like? Steam, diesel, or what? No, electric. Steam. DIESEL. I think I spelled that correctly. Or electric. Now, I guess that's sort of a fake question though, right? Because the diesel locomotives of these days have traction motors which are electric. So technically, is diesel electric? Would that be a whole nother class of trains? I lived in Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Syracuse in that order. I've never been to Chicago except for through O'Hare. Ooh, O'Hare Airport. I did not like. Anyway, but I love the amount of railroads that go through there. I'm doing 3 of them. Oh, awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the railroads around the city. But yeah. I mostly model freight, but I do plan to run 1 or 2 Amtrak trains in my CSE. One of the things I think's interesting is Deer Mountain. Yeah, Dave Meir, Thunder Mesa partner is Jake Johnson from Burbank. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I know he worked for Knott's Berry Farm a little bit too. But sorry, what was I saying? Oh, about I don't remember. They always were diesel electric? I didn't know that. Huh. Electric would be with overhead wires. All but one diesel engine has been electric. Huh, I didn't realize that. Nora loving the steam. Yeah. Nora, have you gotten some model trains yet? I feel like we were talking about it like a year ago or something, that you were looking at getting some HO stuff, I think. No both for transition area. Yeah. Big boys and big boy cab forwards and challengers. Oh my. Diesel fuel just powers the generator, right? But then it's electric to the wheels. Yeah. 55% diesel, 41% steam, and only 5% electric. Ah. We obviously don't have enough Northeast people around here that appreciate all the electric stuff in this area. PRR, New York Central, New York New Haven, and Hartford equals Penn Central. Penn Central plus Erie, Lackawanna plus Ann Arbor plus Lehigh Valley plus Reading plus CRONJ. And Lehigh and Hudson were Conrail. Yeah, once I figured out that the name Conrail stood for Consolidated Railroad, I was like, oh, okay. Krauss Maffei, Southern Pacific was a hydraulic. Oh, there you go. What about the turbines, like gas and coal turbines? Yeah. I guess I kind of put the turbines under steam, because were the gas and coal creating steam that turned the turbines, or no? Yes, I do. It's in the works. Lots of planning still in the works. You've been planning for a year. Come on, Jake. Let's see that. I'm curious to see what you would do. I own one HOGG1 and one N trolley. I have a bunch of trolleys. I'm a big fan of trolleys too. I actually have I have a streetcar in HO and N, and then I've got a bunch of trolleys in N scale as well. That'd be a good poll. What error? 1, 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't be able to pick an error because I don't do any errors. We can do that. Let's do that poll in the chat, just because I'm too lazy to type that all out. But what poll do you what poll? What era do you model? 1900 to 1939, 1940 to 1955, 1956 to 1990, 1990 to present. I feel like 1990 to present isn't really fair, because there's not a lot of models out there for 1990 to present, right? I mean, I feel like, there is stuff, but I don't know that it's Cameron has work in the morning. Sheesh. Drew Dudes is 1955 to 1990, 1950 to 1990, 1920 to 1960, and 1980 to present. I model modern, but I have plenty of excursions. Yeah, I like actually I've got some steam excursions that are nice. 1976 to 1983. Oh, there you go. Lynn, from late 1880s to present. We didn't ask how old you were, Lynn. We were asking what you're modeling. Reconstruction 1870s. I don't think I had that idea at all, Edward. I've seen your layout behind you, but I don't know if I've ever really seen your layout. Ozark is 1955 to 1975. Gary Creepy's doing the transition era 1955 to 65. Yes, Veranda's up through the big blows. Hey, where's 1960 to 1990? Make it up. Make it up. Ooh, Joey getting specific. 1996. There you go. Oh, is there more for 1990 to present than other eras? I just figured with all the steam stuff and all the early diesels. Yeah, it'd be fun to have some new light rail stuff. There's not a lot for the elevators. That's true. 1990 to present is the wide cab mega merger era. Steve 87 PSAP 1990 and on. Almar tries 1955, 1978, but there are nice locos out there, and I just model what it looks good, right? No, really have some old time steam engines. Gotcha. I do 1968 to 1990 mostly. Oh, 40s to 68-ish. Huh. Present because the N&W big steam hasn't been done in N scale. Okay. There you go. 1990 to present, whatever I feel like at the time. No civil. There's Microtrains just came out with a bunch of Civil War. They have a blue series and a white series for the Civil War. Joey says any 1970 diesels work in the 1990s. Right, that's true. That is true. 1996, wasn't that the SPUP merger year? Oh, there we go. There isn't much steam in early diesel as there is in Dash 9 and Jivas available. Oh, good point. Yep, I get you, Tim. Eddie Peppert says 1945 to present. Edward Katie says the layout is 1870s. Equipment, well. So Edward, does that mean like all your structures and stuff are in the style of the 1870s? I'd actually want to see some more of that. I don't know that I don't think I've seen enough of that. Nora says, if I could, I would do 1990 present because that's what I railfan now currently. Yeah, of course. Well, and that's why I'm curious to see what you would model, just because you've seen so much prototypical stuff that I'm really curious how prototypical your modeling would be, or if it would really just be more of a toy for you, if that makes sense. Like, do you want what you model to be really prototypical? Oh, there's another good poll. Prototypical or freelance or proto-lance. I'll do that one in a second. SP Black Widow, 90s to present. Let me do a poll. Was one train not... yeah, I don't know that could be a poll. What is one train not produced that you want to see made? That's a good other... Oh, steam and diesel, 48% to 44%. They, I feel like they got closer. Did they? Or were they always that close and I missed it? So what did I wanted to do a poll. What type of modeler are you? And let's do prototypical. Let's do freelance. And then let's do proto-lance. So to me, what proto-lance is it's not 100% fantasy. It's that you're basing some of your stuff on reality, but basically it's your reality. So let's see. Split Rock, yes, Civil War era. Just sent Heath a picture of just one of them. Club even has a Civil War module. Oh, that's kind of cool. Tim wants it to be prototypical. Ray Ron's freelance. Yeah, I think a bunch of us want to see more of that, Edward. My 1996 layout will be BNSF just before Santa Fe formally merged into the new company name, was held by union worker stuff, GTW and IHP. Huh. Yeah, I know. It's hard to get on my show since I've gone solo. Part of the computer update will be hopefully being able to bring people up again to show off some of their stuff. And actually, Split Rock and I were just talking earlier today about doing some more layout tours with people and, learning more about other people's layouts. Kyle's Proto Freelance. I need every single car ever painted in SP Daylight covers. Drew Dudes, you might need to talk to Jason the Train Freak. I feel like he's bought up a bunch of those. I don't know if that's completely true, but I know at one point he was looking for some of the SP stuff. Everything will be prototypical except for the proto freelance part that is a real location but fictional railroad. Yeah, and that's what I mean. I like the idea of things being somewhat based on reality, but but a little bit out there. as well. So 22 votes, and yeah, 55% of the people said proto-lance, 36 said freelance, with only 9 prototypical. That actually surprises me that only 9% are prototypical, but I'm guessing if you do anything like Split Rock Mining Company, right? I mean, that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's your made up railroad, or that's your railroad, right? I see SP's calling out Black Widow. So your name is Black Widow, but you model in 1990. Split Rock Mining Company is your own mining company, right? So I guess you would fall under Proto-Lance. It wouldn't be prototypical, even how prototypical it is. Yeah, Jack Burgess would be prototypical. A private layout is typically Proto-Lance. So private layout meaning not a club layout. So you think club layouts would be more prototypical than Proto-Lance? I do know, like the club near me, well, I guess the reality is they all have to be somewhat Proto-Lance because you're compressing distance, right? I mean, you're never running the real distance between towns and stuff like that. So just before locomotives went black because of going to coal. Oh, okay. Kyle says, my layout, whenever I get it built, will be based on the real location in West Virginia, just not prototypical scale to size. Yeah. Yeah. And that's like with mine, like I want to make it prototypical-ish to how the circus, actually traveled by rail, but it won't be prototypical at all. Correct. It's based on a prototype, but it's a fictional company. Yeah. So did you, Split Rock, so you said Proto-Lance, right, then? Thank you, Mr. Pictovid. I don't know. You guys can't see it on the screen, but if you look in the chat, it says "keep it up" with the guy exercising. That's a funny one. Thank you so much, Mr. Pictovid. Really appreciate it. If people don't know, Mr. Pictovid does a show called Large Scale Consolidated. They're not doing one coming up, but they do almost every 2 weeks. They do a interview show where they bring up somebody in the G scale community, and it's a good show. But he also does layout tours and stuff on his layout. So if you like G scale stuff, and some of it's like so prototypical, like you would think it was like, oh, that's like an HO scale train. It's like so prototypical, but it's G scale. Really crazy. It's crazy to me. I want a layout that is so big that my TGV trains look slow. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, Lynn, but you have a unique situation because your club is modular. So each module can kind of be different. Although that's got to be fun though too, right? Because you have a Civil War module, and then you have, like an SD70 Ace or whatever, driving through the Civil War module. So that must be kind of fun to play with that dynamic. So, Heath, your name says it all. What you want and what you see. Freebird, Leonard Skinner. That's the beauty of model railroading. Do what you like. 100%. Being prototypical on the southern tier will be hard at the beginning of the 1992 starting point for that part. There were 2 mains. The second was ripped up in 93 to 95. And that's why, too, it's like, if you want to do if you want to do both main lines, but it's like, just do it. Like, what's my favorite trolley? Can I pick a streetcar? I have this one. This is my my Peter DeWitt streetcar. This one I think this one's DCC. I have this in HO scale as well, but it's not nearly as detailed in HO scale for whatever reason. But I like this streetcar. It's Brooklyn and Queens streetcar, basically, so it's local. The other trolleys that I have are things like, I don't know where the trolleys are. Find them. Oh, here it is. These are the trolleys I have. This one says Happy Holidays on it. And this one says, I don't know what it says because I can't read it. New York City 3rd Avenue. So these are the, they're all just the typical Bachmann stuff. Yes, I have been to San Francisco a few times. Oh, I have a module that's a Nightmare Before Christmas themed. Is that on your channel? I want to see that. Yeah, I like the UFO related modules. I actually wanted to get the O scale M&M's Menards set with the M&M UFO that they put out. Yeah, the PCC cars are super nice, great schemes, and ride smooth. Rode the PCCs in San Fran as part of my commute. Yeah, I don't have any of those. What's the difference between a streetcar and a trolley? I have no idea. I have a DCC with sound, Pacific Electric streetcar. Is the sound prototypical to the streetcar? Sidetrack Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, we were talking about some tech stuff at some point in this stream, that's for sure. But yeah, we got off track a little bit. Yeah, so 56% Proto-Lance, 32% freelance, and 12% prototypical went up a little bit. Inner urbans, trolleys running through the countryside, a big Midwestern thing. There you go. I'd have to say San Fran, only one I've been on. Yeah, I've been very lucky, very, very lucky that I've been able to travel a lot for work. I worked in theater for a while and went on tour with theater company, so I got to travel for that. And then I worked as a project manager and was able to do projects all over and got to travel for that as well. So I've been pretty lucky to be able to go to places like San Francisco and be able to see stuff. Oh, interesting. Would a trolley be one you can board from an open side? A streetcar has doors. Okay, so I guess my trolley is a streetcar. Just found it. Philadelphia Transit Company by Bachmann. Yeah, I don't know what the difference is. I feel like so my definition, totally wrong. Completely made up. But a trolley were the days when things weren't safe and you could jump on the side of the car and ride the outside of the trolley. Whereas a streetcar was when they started to implement safety guidelines and you had to actually get inside the trolley and you couldn't do dangerous, crazy things anymore. I don't know if that's true, but I might completely making this up again, but I would think it went from trolleys to streetcars to light rail or to subways and stuff. Yeah. Steve 87 says, where's Jerry when you need him? I agree. Jerry would know. One of these days I got to get out. I've got some of those roundhouse HO locomotive kits. I got to pull those out and see what's even in them. I mean, I know what they're supposed to look like. I just don't know how many parts they're actually in. They could be in a couple hundred parts. Thought it was regional. Oh, that's a good answer. Streetcars are designed to run on streets, but then where are trolleys designed to run on? I mean, trolley tracks, but yeah. Have you ever been on the Interurban in Chicago? CSSSB Electrics. I've been on the Chicago Loop. Is that what the Interurbans are? I'm not sure. If I had actually joined the New York Museum of Transportation, I'd be able to give you more information on them than you wanted. That is probably very true. That is probably very true. So I'm going to start wrapping this up because I've been here for a little bit of time. What about doodlebugs, Lynn? What about doodlebugs? My only doodlebug. Cal says, I was thinking of modeling 1980 to 90 Northeast Quarter, but a little hard to find some models in that era. Yeah, that's probably true. I can see that being hard. Oh, it's like totally. I was like, oh, I'll just pop it out of the box. So there's a doodlebug in there. It's just, it's really packed in there, and I apologize, but I don't really feel like pulling it all out right now. But yeah, doodlebugs are cool too. Is a doodlebug a trolley, a train, or a streetcar? What about rail buses? Oh, geez. You guys are just getting complicated now. It's would that be the era of those E60Cs? Are you talking about the doodlebug, or what are you talking about? Which? Chicago South Shore and South Bend runs from Chicago to South Bend, Indiana, with overhead wire. I didn't realize that there was. That's a pretty long distance. Huh, that's cool. A doodlebug is a rail bus. There you go. Robert saying big thanks. We had the Lakeshore Electric Railway with an interurban electric railway that ran primarily between Cleveland and Toledo back in the day. Huh. Yeah, the electric stuff's cool. Every time I look at that shelf, I see my BLI locomotives, and it's like I don't even want to take them out of the box anymore because I don't want to fight with them. Looks like a box with a cab at each end. It does. Well, that is what it is, isn't it? Oh, an E60C was a huge Amtrak electric made to replace the GG1. I don't know that I've seen an E60C. All right, here we go. Edward dropping some knowledge. Streetcars run in the street. Trolleys and cable cars are streetcars. Trolley is the wheel on the end of the pole. Trolley is the wheel. Oh, on the end of the pole. The part that touches the actual wire is the trolley. A streetcar with a pantograph is not a trolley. Huh. Well, there you go. I don't know. Oh, there's no trolley named. Is that Desiree or Desire? Yeah, I know. I sent 2 of them back to get fixed. I shouldn't get into this now, but I sent 2 of them back to get fixed, and I haven't even taken them out of the box when they got back because I'm just so afraid they're not going to work. I should have just sent them all back. I don't know. They look great. Some people have had luck with them running well. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those. I'm unfortunately not one of those people. So, Edward, that's really interesting. So if I'm understanding correctly, the trolley is the wheel that runs along the wire. So if it's a pantograph that sort of rubs against the wire, yeah, interesting. Yeah, out of juice, out of time. That's it. Now that the sugar of the juice is running out, I'm running out of steam. Bernard, see, we all learned something new. We better stop while we're ahead. We've learned something. Actually, at least here, it's already Thursday, so I've already learned something for Thursday, so I can just jump out. So one of the fun things about being a member is that you get a little logo at the end of your name there, and it's different colors for people that have been members at different lengths. But one of the things you can also do is post a little special message that Mr. Pictovid has done there. Tonight's stream has been great, Heath. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So BLI, I don't think is going bad. BLI had, I believe BLI had quality control issues, is my opinion on the matter. And I feel like they didn't necessarily come out and address them properly. The Paragon 4 stuff, supposedly they fixed a lot of the issues, but the Paragon 3, the 3000 series Paragon 3 were not fixed, but the 6000 series Paragon 3 stuff were fixed. So if you buy Paragon 3, get the 6000 series, or buy Paragon 4. But yeah, I mean, they're gorgeous. I mean, just they've got a gorgeous selection, just stunning. So, High's got to get to work. See you later, High. And since High's leaving, I think that means I got to wrap this up as well. But I really appreciate everybody being here. What I got to figure out my sign off, right? I got to figure out, I got to come up with some like catchy something or other to end the stream. Like I start off with hello model citizens, which I kind of like, and I'm starting to stick with, but I don't have a sign off for the end. So if anybody can think of, yeah, creepy, exactly, yep, my BLI runs great in the box as well. So if anybody can think of a great sign off for me, post it in the chat on your way out of here. But thanks everyone for coming. I will be back next Monday. Sidetrack Sunday, I believe, is going to be Jason this week, so check that out. And Jason just hit 900 subscribers, so go over to his channel and check that out. So we got a couple Humanity Junction leaving the station. Mr. Pictoad says it's been human. Now's the time to say goodbye to all our friends and family. MICKEYMOUSE. Splark says thank you. My mind has left the station. That's actually pretty good too. Nora, thanks for coming. Glad you caught the show. Glad everyone could make it here tonight. And have a great rest of the week, and I'll catch you next time.
It's all about humanity.